the summertime, Sir Topham Hatt arranges special events on the railway for visitors to enjoy. This year, he decided to hold an open day event at the big station, with some of the engines standing on display in the yard, whilst visitors came to look at them. The engines were excited, all except Henry. "Lot of nonsense," he snorted. "Standing about all day while people take photographs of us? Huh." "Oh, come on, Henry," coked James. "It'll be fun, and an excuse to get extra polish." "Fun for you, maybe," said Henry. "I'd sooner be out on the main line, pulling trains and making myself useful, not standing about like animals in a zoo." Thomas snorted. "At the very least, you could try and smile a little. It'll be just for one day." It wasn't long before the open day arrived. The drivers and firemen arrived earlier than usual to give their engines an extra polish. Thomas, Edward, James, Percy, and Gordon were all the first to arrive in the special section of the yard that had been roped off and laid out. But Sir Topham Hatt was concerned. "Henry should have been back from pulling the kipper by now," he said anxiously. "Can't we have the open day without him?" offered James. "I'm afraid we can't, James. He's been included on the posters and the leaflets advertising the event." Just then, to everyone's relief, they heard a tired as Henry puffed into the yard. "Sorry I'm late," he gasped. "Got held up." "Never mind that," said Sir Topham Hatt hurriedly. "Leave your freight cars, please, and go get yourself smartened up. The visitors will be here in less than an hour. Come along, hurry." With much banging and clattering, Henry pushed his cars into the siding and then grumbled away to the washdown. "Silly open day, silly cars, silly visitors," he muttered. "The sooner this event is done, the better." As well as a polish, the driver and fireman gave Henry a proper hose down to wash away the smell of fish. They used bucketfuls of hot soapy water, which they then rinsed off using a hose. "Watch where you're pointing that thing," complained Henry, shutting his eyes. At last, the hosing and scrubbing stopped. "Well, that's the best we can do," sighed the driver, mopping his brow. "Now, let's refill your tank and get back to the others." In all the rush, however, a large bar of soap was misplaced while they cleared away the buckets and brushes. As they stopped by the water column and opened the filler cap, the fireman knocked against the soap, which fell into Henry's tender tank, unseen by anyone. Henry arrived back just in time. As soon as he was placed between Edward and Gordon, the visitors were allowed in to admire the engines. Most of them had brought cameras, and almost all were large families of children. The engines smiled as their drivers and firemen let them climb in and out of their cabs, and then to take photos of them from all angles. The children enjoyed themselves enormously. Some of them said, "Don't they look big?" and "They're very smart, aren't they?" and "Look at their shiny paint." Henry did his best not to show how tired and cross he felt, but after a while, he began to feel peculiar. "I feel sick," he moaned. "Shh," hissed Gordon. "Stop making such a fuss." But Henry couldn't help himself. There was an odd feeling somewhere within his boiler. Finally, he could bear it no longer. Without any warning, he let off steam. Everyone was surprised, not because of the noise or smoke, but of what came next. Out of Henry's funnel came hundreds and hundreds of soap bubbles. The more Henry puffed, the more bubbles came floating out. Soon, the yard was full of them. The children laughed and clapped with delight. "Wow," said a little boy. "Henry isn't just a smart-looking engine, He's a clever one, too. How are you doing that? Whispered Edward. I don't know, muttered Henry, but it feels very odd, I can tell you. At last, the firemen shut off steam, and Henry stopped bubbling. When they had got over their surprise, everyone agreed that it was an extra special treat to the open day, and they told Sir Topham Hatt so. All the same, Henry was not pleased when they discovered where the bubbles had been coming from. After the visitors went home, Henry's boiler and tubes were given a thorough clean, and he felt much better. But for the rest of the evening, the other engines remarked how they might have preferred him forever blowing bubbles.